Well, good evening, everyone. It is Thursday night. It is November the 2nd, 2023, and you are watching the very best in all of television programming right here on the Dirt Road TV network, Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. And we're glad you've taken the time to tune us in tonight. You do not need to adjust your television set. You don't need to change the channel unless you don't have any common sense. And then we do recommend you change the channel. But if you're watching from your home, your automobile, your plane, your boat, your motorcycle, wherever you're watching from, we appreciate you inviting us into your home tonight. How about doing us a favor? If you're watching on the old Facebook, hit the like button and hit the share button on your Facebook. Hit like, hit share. That way it shares our broadcast on your page, and we're able to reach an even further or larger audience. We want to welcome you. It's Thursday Night Live. We are live all across the nation in countries where it is legal and illegal. We're broadcasting from our studios in Enterprise, Georgia, our studios at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, and our studio at turn number 3 at the Old Rocket Speedway in Dothan, Alabama. And again, our satellite truck at Thompsontown Road is off the air tonight. So hopefully we'll be able to get the repairman in and get that fixed and maybe have that back up next week. But we welcome you tonight live, all 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and coming to you live from the great state of Baker County, Georgia. All of our good friends in Baker County. And you're for the next hour, you're here for the truth and nothing but the truth. And as I told you earlier, if you do not subscribe to Common Sense, then you might want to go ahead and turn us off, turn to another channel, turn it on MSNBC, go watch a rerun of today's The View with Whoopi Goldberg, because it's now time for Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. You're going to hear things here that you will only hear here, because we're going to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth.
The truth.
Guys, 112.4 inches tonight.
Woo.
Got a brand.
Boy.
We are live. And I want to tell you a little bit about this one. We're live tonight at Roy Dean's. Those of you that do not know, that is Ray Dean's twin brother. Ray Dean was an auctioneer and a preacher. Roy Dean.
Oh, easy now, Marvin. Whoa, now, go ahead.
Roy Dean has an establishment, and we are on his TV tonight live for the first time. Roy Dean's rat killing tournaments. Roy Dean's Roto-Rooter for clogged colons. Roy Dean's ruptured appendix specialists. Roy Dean's ringworm eradications for hairless cats. Roy Dean's rugby lessons for the overweight and out of shape. Roy Dean's Rice-A-Roni all-you-can-eat buffet in Rowena, Georgia.
All right.
Oh.
I think I rode by that place a time or two.
Have you?
I think I got off the beaten track back in there.
I would think so.
I think I've been by there a time or two.
Used to be a sawmill up there near it.
There was a sawmill there. There was always a sawmill around Damascus and Rowena in that area in there. And I remember the last sawmiller that was up there. He was a colorful character. Some of y'all up that way probably remember him. He was, if he was in a juke joint anywhere, and you knew him when he came in the door. He had
a limousine.
Had a limousine, had that long duster on, that long duster jacket he had on, cowboy boots and ponytail boots he'd have him on. He was honey now. He was a cool dude in a loose mood.
The roach killers.
He had a motto, boy.
What was it?
He says, always keep a cool tool and don't ever let your meat loaf.
Lord help him.
Oh. I hadn't heard it. Don't tell me I hadn't heard it, man. Yeah.
But if y'all are up in Rowena, y'all be sure to visit Roy Dean and give him some patronage there and tell him
what did he look like. What did he look? I hadn't seen him in a while. What did he look like now? You had to sign him up.
Well, he still got on his hair. He don't dye his hair anymore, but it's still roach back, but it's gray.
Great.
All gray. Yeah, got gray sideburns and a gray beard and all of that.
All right. I think I've seen him a time or two. Yeah.
Yep.
I ain't got no ringworm treatments from him, but I've seen him a time or two.
But we welcome all of you to our show tonight. Hope all of you had a great week. Been a cool day and a cool evening. And looks like that we're going to kind of be in store for some pretty moderate weather for about the next week. But we're glad you're here. I know there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on in our communities. And so, Charlie, what's going on in your world?
Well, I discovered on Facebook yesterday it was a sponsored ad, but I can safely say I now have number 365-day reason not to go and shop at Walmart.
Hmm.
They now offer for the ladies, pickleball uniforms.
Pickleball. That's a big thing.
Pickleball stylish fashions to wear while you are playing pickleball only at Walmart.
Walmart. Now, the folks that play pickleball, they don't want no Walmart stuff. Now.
Well, that Walmart is offering, no joke,
Maybe nice stuff. But
an outfit, several different outfits that look good on women on the pickleball court.
What about the men's? What about the
There's
men?
discrimination going on there. Didn't see nothing about no men.
What about now? Do they do like I know my man Roy Dean does rugby lessons for the overweight and out of shape. What about pickleball for the overweight and out of shape?
No, only thing Walmart does is they have a power chair race every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. They, the first ones to get there between 9 and 10 and get a hold of the little cart, electric scooter carts. They race them around the parking lot. That's the big promotion now at Walmart.
Yeah, we almost got run over. It was a crippled man. We was at Sam's today. Had to go over and visit with some friends of ours and do some business with them. And come back by Sam's. You always got to have to come back by Sam's, always. And you see you gonna run it with somebody in Sam's. I guarantee you every time. But anyway, we was in there, and there was a man in there. He was rotund, and he wasn't in one of them just regular, Walmart electric carts. He had his own. He had his own scooter buggy thing. What do you call them things? They can scoot around. They call them something other. Anyway, he was on it, and he was making passes up and down the hallway, going back and forth to the bathroom. And there, we was over there where the medications was and things like that. Trying to stock up on that kind of stuff, toothpaste and all that. He like run over me twice in there, and he and Nadine hollered at him. She said, "You need to slow down." He ain't. I said he done like run over me twice. And she said, "Well, he needs to slow down." I said, "We need to get out of here. Is what we need to do. Go in the car is what we need to do." But he had a nice guy, had a good looking cowboy hat on, and had him a goatee and a Fu Manchu down here. But he had that puzzle gut, hanging out like that. And everything. He had big old feet too. Had big old foot. So he was kind of slew footed. They was sticking out that way off of it. I was scared he's gonna hang their feet up on something.
When you said he was rotund, was that a customized scooter chair he had that had maybe a little bit wider seat on it than the one that Sam's would have had?
It probably had some wide tires on it. It had flotation tires on it. But he was he was calling on that thing. Now let me tell you, that's what we used to. We'd be wanting to drag race somebody. Said, "Okay, call on it. Let's see what you got." He had it. He was perked up. His batteries was charged. Let me tell you.
Call him.
Dangerous on them things. Them folks they saying that Walmart they have no respect for human life.
No.
Young or old folks, whatever. They in that buggy. I saw one time, and I got so aggravated with him. We were down there around Sebring, Florida, having an auction down there, outside auction, selling equipment down there. And they was this fella on one of them scooter buggies, And doctors prescribe them things for folks. They'll prescribe them, and I think Medicare or Medicaid or whatever pay for one of them things. But this cat, now y'all can imagine now how sandy it is with all them palmetto bushes and all that around Sebring, Florida.
Ooh.
But guess what he was doing? He had got in that thing, and somebody had to push him, But he get there, and the truck, we're selling equipment along. I go from one piece to another. Truck's moving along. He parked right in front of the truck, and he bogged down. Ooh, he just spin it down like that. Then it takes 5, 6, 7, 8 people to get him out, to pick him up and move him, 3 feet over here in the truck, and he bogged down again. And I said, man, hey, we trying to do business here, And I kind of got insensitive, with him about that.
You got insensitive?
Got insensitive with him.
What did you tell him?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. I can't, but it was something biblical. Sure. But them other men they got tired of picking him, and he wasn't buying nothing. He wasn't bidding. He didn't even have a bidder card. He was just there in the way. And them other men that was picking him up and having to pull him out of the bog every time, they got tired of it. And they just left him where he was. Last time I see him, he was back down there, and he just spun it down again. There wasn't nobody around him. There wasn't nobody coming to his rescue. But
that probably was not the only time you'd ever been insensitive at an auction, is it?
Probably not.
I've seen one other time be a little insensitive,
With that Cadillac over there at Campbellton.
Yeah, the Cadillac down there at Campbellton.
Will they ever try your patience,
Oh
Floyd?
yeah, they'll try you, man. Oh yeah, they'll poke you with a sharp stick if you let them. Oh will. And they don't mean no harm by it. Some of them just don't know no better.
Most of the time, it's tire kickers that do it, ain't it?
Most time, it's folks that is not gonna write a check or leave no cash money there when they leave. It's gonna stay with them because they ain't got none.
Mhm.
They go all the way. They go all the way through the bidding process and take you, the auctioneer, on that magical journey, and then you get it. You bought it. Buyer number 273. Oh no!
No, I didn't buy that. No,
What me?
We were just talking,
I was picking my nose, and you just saw something you didn't see.
Charlie, how about telling them about our good friends over at Moby Dick?
Yeah.
The best buffet you'll find, folks. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it because you can't judge anybody else by the Moby Dick because they're the best. I mean, there's no comparison. On Sundays, a super huge buffet. Buffets throughout the week and some specials on the weekends from time to time. It's on Highway 27, US 27, about a mile from Spring Creek, if you want to be proper, coming out north side of Colquitt, Georgia. You won't find any better food anywhere in this area. Come out to the big Sunday buffet during the week, but that Sunday buffet has carved turkey, roast beef, ham, fried, baked chicken, any number of vegetables you can imagine. No good ones like peas with some snaps in them and things like that. And, you even find collard greens, turnip greens from time to time. Always something great dessert bar to go along with it. Moby Dick, 27, Colquitt, Georgia. See them this weekend.
Guys, I was going to show y'all some pictures y'all sent me this week. Here was Charlie sent these two in. It's says trick or treat in well lit areas, inspect all candy, and avoid suspicious houses, especially those with Biden Harris signs in the yard.
Yes, sir. Now the one on the right, I know, Marvin, you want to know about that one, right?
Boy, that's a skunk. That's a pet skunk.
That's a pet skunk. The picture taken by a friend of mine on Facebook, and that skunk going back to the Walmart pickleball outfits. You could get your pickleball outfit and a picture made with a skunk in Walmart in Chipley, Florida this past weekend.
Mm, mm, mm.
Somebody, I guess that what do they call that? Not a service animal, but an emotion animal for
Emotional
someone with
support.
emotional problems.
Yep.
That's a fine one to have right there, neighbor. A
Telling you,
skunk.
especially if he ain't had the scent glands taken out of him. What about this one, Charlie? Is that a sunset over in Alabama?
No, that is the moon set. I
Oh,
think I got it right. Colonel, you know who I'm talking about. Colonel Joe Watson made
uh,
that picture 6:15, I believe it was, on Saturday morning.
mm, mm, mm.
Field behind his house, or across from his house. But that's
Wow,
the moon.
wow,
If, if,
beautiful.
if I read the text correct, if I didn't, I'm sure the colonel will let me know.
Look at that Baker County one right there, Charlie.
Wow,
That
Ain't
is
that
beautiful.
something?
County
That's
Georgia
awesome.
finest
Richard
That
right
is a
Jones.
picture.
That's
there.
Baker County. It looks like heaven coming out of them clouds. They see how they was streaming across there. Man,
Oh,
that's awesome. That is unreal. That's
Look like
Floyd,
Baker.
look, Charlie, look at Floyd. He's been in the kitchen baking.
ooh, what we got, Floyd?
Cheese pinwheels,
Wow.
not cheese straws. I couldn't squeeze them out through my extruder thing. I just said, shoot, I just roll them up in balls and mash them down with a big fork, and I'll make this a
That's good.
cheese
I bet they
pinwheel.
were good.
And them things are good. They were delicious, easy to make, simple.
Floyd,
Well,
you sent me this picture. I just wanted to show the world you're gonna get rich this year on Satsumas, ain't you?
that's my entire crop right there this
Is
year.
that it?
Now, how did that
I,
happen? A whole little cluster right there of blooms that survived that killing frost that we had. That's the only satsumas on my whole tree. Dr. Hartsaw gave me that tree, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 years ago. And if every year that it's been able to produce it. Last year the limbs was breaking off of it. I had to put
oh,
new
Didn't,
yeah.
sticks
didn't you
on
have
them
probably 6 5-gallon buckets or more last year?
last year. Yeah, at least.
And that's it for this year.
That's it right there. I think there's 8 of them on there, total of 8 on
Mm.
there.
Floyd,
Yeah.
let me ask you something, and we're going to talk to this guy. Goocher posted his picture of his with the sour sumas on them. I'm guessing what happened to Goocher's tree is where
No,
the graft was that brought the fruit
ain't no,
part in there.
ain't no graph, ain't nothing. That's Gucci
It
pranking with us. That's Gucci pranking with us. See,
oh
that tree's been there on that place where Gucci's at. They've been there for probably 40 or 50 years. And what happened, the fella that owned that place at one time, he got him a bunch of pulp, orange pulp or something out of Florida down there, where it had gone through some kind. I think he had fed it to cows, and anyway, they got it up here somehow or another. It's the sourest. It ain't no kind of tree. I don't. It's like something that the good Lord would have thrown out of the Garden of Eden. You know.
bunch of seed in the fruit.
Oh man, just bitter and sour. It looks pretty. It looks like an orange. Yeah. See, Goosey trying to prank folks about that being his Satsuma tree and about how
Oh,
good
okay.
a
All right.
Satsuma grower he was. But that thing is
I,
an old volunteer tree out there in the middle of one of his pastures. Cows won't eat it. I mean, it's just plumb rotten. You can't eat that, man. Can't
well,
eat
you
it.
know, the Satsuma came back here, and our friend Dr. Dallas Hartzog is partially responsible coming on TV and promoting the Satsuma like he did. But years and years ago, going back, well, actually into the 1950s, Satsumas were big in this part of the country,
I didn't know
and
that.
there was a market for it. And I can't remember what year it was, but it was a cold one that
Mm-hmm.
came through, and the only trees that survived were mainly trees that were around the old home places near the chimneys and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that,
Mm-hmm.
and they had enough warmth coming off of that in the house to save them. The rest of them were killed. But this is the second time the Satsumas have been real popular in this area.
Yeah. You need to say something, Marvin?
I just was gonna throw this one up. That's some squash that was
Uh,
planted at the pickle farm just a few weeks ago.
mhm.
Wow.
That's him. That's his wife. Yeah. 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 He He brought me a little. He brought me a bag full the other day. Man, we ain't cooked them yet, but I'm gonna cook them now. But look how light colored, kind of light colored they are. And I think they're just trying to get ahead. I think they were really trying to get ahead and grow so fast that they knew a little frost was coming. I don't know what the frost did to them. I hadn't talked to y'all in the last couple of days about what last today about what the frost did to them. But he was concerned about the frost, jumping on them, and that might be their way of knowing that the cold weather was coming. But they're lighter in color than a summer squash would be. A summer squash would be darker yellow than that. But Charles, he noticed that and mentioned that. He said they light. He said they real light color. And I don't know what color it is. I'm not a horticulturist, but it was interesting. But I know they'll be good. But yeah, I was going to tell y'all that I don't know if Marvin may not remember this. He may not have been focused in this year. What year was you born, Marvin? 70, 1970?
71.
No, you wasn't focused in because this would have been 1985. They had a devastating freeze that swept through Florida. I mean, all the way down to like Haines City and Polk County and about Sebring in there. That was about the line. It went. It killed everything, every living fruit tree that was down there. And I had some friends that were big time fruit growers down there been down there since in the 40s with citrus. It killed every tree they had. I went down there after the fact. I went down there to look at it, and this would have been probably in 86, late 85, late 86, but it was 84, 85 that the freeze came. It looked like a nuclear bomb had gone off and killed every living fruit tree that was down there. And some of them planted them back, but about Sebring, from Sebring south is the frost line now. But I never seen anything like it in my life. I mean, it was unreal how cold it got down there. That's when we had it. It was so cold up here. It stayed freezing up here. I don't know, probably for a week during that time. I mean, bad, like 10 degrees up here, and it wiped a bunch of them fruit people out down there in Florida. So
That was in 85.
When was it?
85, you said?
I think it was 84, 85. I think it was 85. I think it was the winter of 85. Sure do. But it was unreal how cold it was. Because that means, listen to me, you can be doing good. You can do everything in the world. If you're involved in agriculture, anything can happen to you at any time.
Yep.
Y'all pray for our farmers. They need, some of them need rain. Most all these cow folks need rain. And we ain't got no rain inside.
None.
Ain't got no rain inside.
Nothing.
Right. So,
Hey guys, we want to give a big shout out to Outlaws Bussin' Barbecue. They are open right now, 901 South 3 Knott Street in Troy, Alabama. Brand new restaurant opening. They still have their food truck. You can check them out on Facebook. Next week we will have some more pictures. He sent them to me just a while ago and I hadn't had a chance to get them. But let me show y'all boys right here on the right there. That's all of him cooking his ribs and his chicken. But that over there, they have rib loaded French fries and pulled pork loaded French fries.
Whoa. Say that again.
Rib loaded French fries. That means they'll chop up some ribs and cheese and put them on French fries, or pulled pork and cheese. Fries right there.
How you chop up a rib, Mark? How you chop a rib up and put it on French fries?
Lord, I don't know that, man. I know this. So they're going to be having their ribbon cutting on November the 13th at 11:30 a.m. Outlaws Bussin' Barbecue in Troy, Alabama. Listen, if you're over in the Troy, Ozark, Dothan, Enterprise, Blue Springs, any of that area over in there, go visit them at 901 South 3 Knott Street in Troy, Alabama. Outlaws Bussin' Barbecue. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. We'll have some more different pictures next week. I think I may even be able to put a menu up next week that he's got. But our friend, Outlaws Bussin' Barbecue, 901 South 3 Notch, Troy, Alabama. Again, they're going to have their big grand opening on November the 13th at 11 a.m. All your barbecue needs, man, it's mouth watering. You will not be disappointed. Go see them right there on the main drag in Troy,
Man,
Alabama.
it's good eating. I've eaten some of this stuff. I've had some of all that. It's daggone so good.
It is fine.
It's
If you're on your way back from Montgomery, that'd be a good
Oh,
stop. Say you live down here somewhere, stop in Troy on the way back, get your slab of ribs, one of them yard birds.
Yeah, be ready to come on home. You know
That's
what
right.
would be nice, Marvin? You know what
uh-huh.
would be nice? Like me and you and Charlie and
Hmm.
Queasel. I don't know where Queasel's at anyway. Don't matter. But it would be nice, like folks that have cookouts and fish fries.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that.
You know, the folks that have fish fries. You know, for their friends, a gathering. You know, of people,
Yeah,
a gathering of like-minded people,
yeah,
if you will.
yeah,
It'd be nice if maybe they would give us a little shout out to come in. You know, we maybe talk good about them. You know, promote them. And but here's the thing about it: in the event that we find out that some of us are not invited to the occasion, just maybe that one out of our group is invited, and I knew, and we don't know anything about it. I would think that would be kind of
yeah.
I think that would be kind of they would be like open game, if you will.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna call out any names like Queasel, but he's been absent a lot lately, and
Well,
Floyd posted.
you suspect things, and I hate to
Well,
do
you
that.
you
I hate to
you
be put in
posted
that
you
position. Don't
posted
you, Charlie?
something.
I hate to
Well,
be put in that position, and I know you
well,
do.
you posted something out of the Colquitt News, uh, a release about a big check, couple of big checks that Colquitt got, and I congratulate you folks. Gonna do some good over there. And lo and behold, I thought that was Queasel up there holding that $2.4 million check. Is that what I saw?
That's
It
what I
was.
saw. That's
Yeah,
what I saw.
Okay,
I
wait.
ain't
Did
seen
you
him
see
since. I
that?
have not seen. I ain't seen him since. I ain't seen his truck. I ain't seen nothing of it.
I,
I've seen City of Colquitt trucks there where they got they got all these new trucks with all these stickers on the door tells you who they are and they don't I know most all of them. But I hadn't seen him. I don't know where he's at. I don't know where he's at tonight. But I'm just saying to be shorted in a situation where you could be somewhere and maybe have an impact on somebody's life. I mean that's what we do. We impact people's lives, and we don't have that opportunity.
well, in Florida, I'm gonna throw this out here too. We are available on Thursday nights too. I mean, we could do a remote show at a
there
restaurant.
ain't no problem.
We
Yeah.
can
Mhm.
we have internet, we got cameras, we can travel. We just looking for an invite to do a mobile show somewhere.
Somewhere that
I tell you
we're
what.
gonna screen it, but we gonna have to have a meeting about it.
Yeah.
Some of these folks are
Say,
tricky.
let's just say there was a fish fry tonight on the river somewhere, somebody's cabin or cottage, and that out there on the deck and everything. I could see us doing the show from there, and maybe Floyd would come out of the woodwork and do the stew,
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Brunswick. I mean,
Yeah, right.
swamp
Swamp
gravy.
gravy, swamp gravy.
swamp gravy.
You
Yeah,
know,
swamp gravy.
but if you don't get if you don't know about it,
We can't do it.
look at
That was
that.
Charles Pickle just sent that.
Uh-huh.
That picture was taken today.
Now this morning, yeah. And them squash new boys. I'm gonna tell you what, a plant and an animal are two amazing things that God created. They know what's coming, and it's like it's like my satsuma trees out there. They strive to reproduce. They strive to produce fruit. That satsuma tree of mine out there did everything it could do, and it knew it was up against a battle, but it made 8 satsumas. It didn't quit just because we had some cold weather. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And pickle squash knew they had to. I mean, I've never seen squash grow like that. I mean,
Mhm.
this Marvin, this is a sermon, if you will.
Oh
I've
yeah.
never seen squash grow that fast
Mhm.
and that quickly and they knew the frost was coming. They knew it
Yeah.
was coming. They said, we got to reproduce. We got to reproduce.
So are those
We got to
are
do
they
what we were put here to do.
are they done now? Those squash done.
Them done. They done, baby.
What I thought. What I
They
thought.
done.
Hey,
Turnip
tell 'em,
greens is
boy.
okay. Turnips is okay in college. We'll talk about that next week. Ziggy B's I was in there this afternoon. Now she's got the catfish. She said she didn't have no catfish fillets, but she could fillet you some catfish out. She had a big old slabs of salmon. She'll cut you off any length or pound or weight or whatever salmon that you want. The salmon you can come home, you can grill it, you can saute it, you can put it in the oven and bake it. You can do it any way you want to do it. And you see right down there in the bottom middle down there, Marvin, the red mullet red roe. She had
Yes.
a big pan of them, and she had a big pan of white roe, and she's got them good oysters in there. She's got them good East Point oysters in there that are delicious. She'll sell you a whole bag, a half a bag. She's even got some little 24 in the pack bags of those oysters that'll work for you and your wife if you want to grill you some oysters and have those. But she's got it going on in there, and look at those lobster tails right there. She had them lined up in there today, and just freshest, best seafood. Me and Nadine did our little shrimp night tonight, and they were absolutely delicious. But y'all go see Ziggy Beats right here in Colquitt, Georgia, one of the greatest, the best, cleanest seafood market you'll ever go in your lifetime. Right here in Colquitt, Georgia, right out over there on West Main Street, right by that old great big old Ford dealership that's over there. You go over there and see her, and you'll feel better when you leave that than when you come in there. I guarantee you, she'll put a smile on your face, and she'll put something in a bag for you, some good fresh seafood in a bag that you can take home and you cook. You ain't got to be invited to no big fish fry to have some good fish. You see what I'm saying?
There you go.
Guys, it's trivia time brought to us by Southern Hissy Fits right here on the square in Colquitt, Georgia, 109 West College Street, southwest corner of the square. All your embroidery needs, t-shirts, tumblers, gifts, and more. Also got a brand new line of Hissy Scents candles, custom made. They are also the official manufacturer of all of the licensed Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show memorabilia. And tonight's winner will receive a campfire enamel logoed mug, courtesy of Southern Hissy Fits, as part of the trivia time here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Our trivia question tonight: text me your name and the correct answer. Your name and the correct answer, 229-254-5060. 229-254-5060. And the question is this: what did the lions eat on the ark? What
That's a good question, Marvin.
what did the
Only a preacher is allowed to ask that question.
lions eat on Noah's ark?
Uh-huh.
You know
Who?
the answer, Floyd?
Yeah. You got the answer? Yeah, have you got the answer to it? Let's see if anybody's gonna tune in on that answer.
You think they're gonna be able to get it?
I don't know if they don't. Whoever comes the closest to it, give them a cup.
Yeah.
If they gonna go along with this, let's play ball with
What
Give
did
him
the
something.
lions eat on Noah's ark?
them. What did they eat? You know, I guess while I'm waiting on those calls to come in, while you're waiting on your lines to light up there, we hadn't heard from the sheriff tonight. You know, our sheriff Holt. He's always chimed in. Hadn't heard a word out of him tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he okay? Have you heard from him, Marvin?
I hadn't heard from him today.
Is he at a fish fry?
I don't know. You know, him and Queason's big buddies. I don't know what they're doing, but it's it'd be you wrong, Linda.
What did the lions eat on Noah's ark?
That's it.
We don't have. We got. Let's see. Well, Ansley Maxwell said no lions were on the ark.
Oh yeah, every creature's on there. Yeah, every creature's on the ark.
Hey, we got a winner. And he is in Dawsonville, Georgia.
Get out of here! Come on.
Here's Swafford in Dawsonville, Georgia, is the winner. And here's what he said. Well, he's partially correct. Lots of meat, including other passengers.
Well, Noah's passengers now they was on
Yeah,
God's will. You know,
yeah.
he's close.
He's
He's close, but
close.
he ain't got it.
Well, I think he's going to be the closest we get because Ted Airy put on here Noah, and he didn't eat Noah.
No, he didn't even know what that brother Ted.
The answer is this, but we're going to declare that Lanier Swafford of Dawsonville, Georgia, got the closest. The answer is the floating dead bodies of the sinners.
That's what they fed him on. Yeah, they floating everywhere, man. They bodies everywhere. I told y'all better get on this ark with me. Yeah, hook him marriage. Give them limes. They hungry.
Oh, man. Lord help. All right, Florida, you got to tell them about our
Oh man.
KWG Plumbing. Kenny Wayne Garner. He's all over the place. Kenny Wayne's he is all over the place doing plumbing everywhere that you want to go. Everywhere that you can think of in Georgia and Alabama, Kenny Wayne's doing business there. He's working all over Georgia and Alabama doing big jobs. There's some of them right there. One of them in Arlington, Georgia. Another one over there, I think. Where's that one in? Brantley, Alabama, I think. Is where that other one is. So he's a certified plumber, Georgia and Alabama. If you need a house plumbed, if you need your shop plumbed, whatever you need plumbing, whatever you build it, you call Kenneth Wayne Garney and he'll do it for you, and he'll do it right. And he's also our fishing and hunting go-to guy since the fishing reverend dropped us. But, he's good. Kenny Wayne's good in the plumbing service, and it's like Cleveland said, his motto is, if it ain't flowing, we'll get you going. There he is. That's some of his deal. How much that fish weigh there, Marvin? What does it say?
44.81 pounds.
Right at 45 pounds. 45-pound catfish right there. That's something, man. That's a fisherman.
That ain't one in a. That ain't no 14-inch fish in a 12-inch cooler, neither, is it?
That's right. Exactly right. In a 6-pack cooler.
Our guy in Dawsonville, Georgia, he done texted back his address, and he said, "I have wanted a mug forever."
Well, he's fixing to have one. Let's send him one. That was a good one, Marvin. That was a good one right there, brother.
All right, here's another one from Kenny Wayne. Looks like his daughter got a deer this weekend.
That's it. That's her. Following in her daddy's footsteps.
Miss Audrey.
That's her. Ain't that something?
I'm gonna go back to that. That's a big catfish,
That's
y'all.
a big catfish. Meat on the table. Kenny Wayne folks can eat. I promise you. Kenny Wayne folks is not gonna go hungry. They don't tell how many freezer lockers he's got this food and stuff. They don't tell it.
Wow.
Ain't that something?
Well, Dr. Airy said that, oh my, that's rich. He was
what Dr. Airy needs to do is sit back and watch. Sit back and watch.
Well, now if you lived in the middle of Albany, Georgia, could you really just relax and sit back?
Ooh, no. He got self-defense on his mind.
That's what. You better have self-defense on his mind.
Lord help. All right, boys. Let me go here. I got a couple of items this week that we need to talk about.
You ain't gonna talk to Kenny Wayne? You ain't gonna call Kenny Wayne? Wait, no need to call him.
Oh, I didn't know. I was gonna call him. I was because I wasn't in the my phone system at the studio is a little bit different tonight.
Uh-oh.
Well, Kenny Wayne, I hope you listen to Marvin. It ain't none of my doing, son.
I'll get you next week, Kenny Wayne. We love you. Appreciate you. My phone is not in the capacity to do that this week. You with me, phone? Yeah.
What's them 10? What's them 10 that Lord put on the stones for Moses?
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about a few things this week. Number one, let me get to it over here. I had so much from this past week. Here's a good one. For every electric vehicle sold last year in Q3, Ford Motor Company lost $62,016.
Good for them. I'm proud of them.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all
Every,
go ahead, lose
They
some
ain't got
more.
no problem. They ain't got no problem. Joe Biden will write them a check for the difference, man.
Yeah,
He write them a check. We paying for that. They don't vote to keep making them and not selling them. They don't care if Joe Biden gonna give them a check.
mm,
Subsidies.
yep. And then here's another one. Um, Biden administration threatens to quit supplying rifles after Israel's Ben Gvir purportedly armed civilians. They started handing out rifles to civilians, and now Biden's getting upset about it and wanting to hold back on giving them rifles.
Yeah, they want to pay for them. He just won't sell them to them. That's the story there. They won't pay. They'll pay for them. He won't sell them to them because they're gonna arm innocent people. They're not gonna arm. You know they want to they want to disarm innocent the people who are victims. They want to disarm them and arm
that's right.
the terrorists. That's what they want to do.
Here's
He got to save that money to arm the terrorists with.
Remember
here's
all
another
them
good.
loads of money on the tarmac at airports over yonder in Iran? You remember that?
You
How
know,
many billion? What?
Obama and Biden.
Yeah, well,
He's
one
already
and the
armed the
same.
whole Mideast. He's already armed the whole terrorist state over there when he pulled out
Yeah,
Afghanistan. $85 billion worth of stuff
Yep.
over there.
Left it open there.
Left it over there.
Here's another good one that came out yesterday. Elon Musk tells Joe Rogan the degree to which Twitter was simply an arm of the government was not well understood by the public. It was a state publication. Republicans were suppressed at 10 times the rate of Democrats.
And see, that's a man talking with his own money. See, he bought Twitter, so he knows what's going on. That's him. I never thought Musk would do this. I never thought Musk would that the scales would fall off of his eyes, but they have.
Oh,
they
They
have
coming after
definitely.
him. Don't think they're gonna let Elon off the hook. They're coming
well,
after
No,
him next.
the company is now worth about half of what he paid for it.
That's all of his own money.
Yeah,
The government the government didn't give him any money to do that.
but he don't care. He's
They
good.
don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's good. Um, man. Mm-mm.
It's a non-ending
yeah,
saga, brother. You can't make it up.
Yeah. Um, hmm. I don't know if I did. Yeah. No, here's a good one. Here's the last one, and then I got to go to an ad. Bowling alley where the main attacker killed the seven was a gun-free zone.
That's it.
Posted no guns.
That's why I got out of that doctor's office over there in Dothan the other day. I seen the sign on the door, on the wall there, no guns or no firearms allowed in this building. I said, man, let me get out of here. This ain't what this is. I'm a fish in a barrel in here. Then if I ain't armed, I said, I'm gone. Of course, I had my Second Amendment in my pocket at the time, which I've had all day today, and which I still have my Second Amendment. And you know what?
is it a miniature one of them right there?
Something like that. Mine
Okay.
won't shoot for 5 times, but I'm gonna put it on him. But it's never jumped out of my pocket and shot anybody. Never. And I've
Nope.
been toting it since I was 21 years old.
Hmm.
Never jumped out of my. I like to shot myself with it one time, but that was a different story.
Was that at Floyd? Was that at Floyd Town when you were running?
Oh,
Oh, Charlie, tell them about Phillips Auto Parts and the Holston 9.
Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna do a queasel on this. When you ride by and see all the cars, and trucks, and everything in the parking lot, you know you're at a place that does business. They do business the right way, and you'll find them there in Colquitt, Georgia. See them for all your parts needs, anything you might need, in the line of taking care of farm equipment or anything you might need around the house. It's right there at the auto parts place, show place, we'll say, in the southwest part of Georgia. Holstered 9, and this goes hand in hand is what we were just talking about. I commend these folks for opening up a gun shop and Second Amendment rights. Folks, at any time, things can change on your ability to purchase protection for yourself. It's my opinion, the only way to do it is do it now. Get it done where you'll have it in case And there is a chance that that is going to happen one day before long, that we won't be able to go to the holstered nine and pick up the weapon of our choice to protect ourselves and our family and friends with. Check them out, 27 South Colquitt, Georgia, from auto parts to the holstered nine. It's right there in one location. Check them out tomorrow.
Guys, it's now time for that time of the show, sponsored by, in exclusivity and perpetuity, our good friend, none other than Mr. T.C. Berryhill himself. Berryhill Auctioneers, world class auctioneers, been in business for a number of years, auctioning all over the United States of America, in foreign countries and sunken islands, all the same. Mr. T.C. Berryhill, our good friend and sponsor until Jesus comes back of Floyd's List of Impossibilities.
Till the rapture. We in OTC, we had some fun. We had a good times over there in Saudi Arabia, and he was, he was the guy that owned the company, owned the auction company. That was his stepdaddy, Mister Jim Parks, one of the smartest men I ever knew in my life in the auction business. But anyway, Jim Parks was you had to hire these Arabs over there, and the Arabs now they would come from Africa, India, or whatever, but you had to partner with an Arab. Some of you, I'm just going to give you a brief little history of the auction business in Saudi Arabia. Anytime an American or anybody else wanted to do business in Saudi Arabia, you had to have a Saudi partner. You had to partner with a Saudi. Basically, what that means, you gave him about 25% of your profit just so you could do business over there. It was all extortion and I think Joe Biden went to school in Saudi Arabia to understand how bribery and extortion works. But that's what you'd have to pay them money. And his first partner over there was a guy named Abdullah Fuad. Now, if that ain't an Arab name, I don't know what he is. Abdullah Fuad, and the second guy was a guy by the name of what was his last name? Salam Al Dassare. Salam Al Dassare. Salam had a business card, and you could be, if you was a Saudi man, you could be anything you wanted to be while you was. You could be anything. You could be. He was a lawyer. Salam Al Dassare was a lawyer, and he had a business card that said Salam Al Dassare, Al Khobar, Saudi Arabia, a very famous attorney. That's what his business card said. Then Arabic on one side and English on the other side. But anyway, we'd be over there, and Parks would hire these dudes, Jim Parks, the owner of the company, and he would hire he'd hire these Arabs over there, and they knew absolutely nothing about the auction concept, about the auction business, about anything. And me and Nadine kind of have a little joke about this. Parks, before Nadine came over to live with me, we had a big old house. We had a big old like a 2-story, 3-story house, and Parks rented it, and we lived in it. And I lived in one end down there, and 2 or 3 of these Arabs lived in the other end down there of the house. And I would get up, early. I mean, you what you want to pursue your interest. You want to get started early. I'd get up early, and I'd drink my coffee and eat my breakfast and everything. And we had one that lived in the house down there. His name was Omar, and Omar was a Kenyan. He was from Kenya, where Barry Barack Hussein Obama was born. He was a Kenyan, and that told me everything. When I found out that Barry Barack Hussein Obama was a Kenyan, I knew where it come from. I knew what he was made out of. Anyway, Omar, I'd be down there, I'd be ready to go. He had to ride with me. They wouldn't let Omar have no car. I had a car. They'd ride with me, to the office or to the auction side or whatever. I said, "Come on, Omar, let's go. Come on, get up. Come on. He'd be in there rubbing his eyes, and his old hair would be all there, which way, sideways and all that. He'd be, but Billy, I have not even had my coffee yet. I said, man. me and Nadine say that sometime. I kind of wake up a little grumpy or something or other, or she may wake up a little grumpy. She say, really, I have not even had my coffee yet. I say, Omar. So that's what we had to deal with over there. But anyway, me and TC lived through it, and we had a. I'll tell y'all another story. We're running out of time. I ain't got time to talk about all that. Anyway, Omar, Omar did not have a car, but there was an Egyptian over there that had driving privileges, had a car. And last time I think I saw him, Omar was with him. We was at a camp. Wasn't no camp. It was a big compound where people lived. That worked. It was on a Philip Holtzman compound, construction compound. They was the company. They were out of, I think they were out of France, that were building big building highways and things. Anyway, we were staying there, and Omar and what was that guy? What did I say? The guy Omar and anyway, it was Omar and another Muslim. They had got him a car, and they had got into Siddiqui, which was the homemade liquor that they made. It was copious amounts of it was made in Saudi Arabia, and they had got in that Siddiqui pretty good, and they was up on the sidewalk driving the car. And the last time I seen Omar or Salah, whatever his name was, I didn't see him no more. After that, I don't know what happened.
He disappeared.
Yeah. But anyway, that was some of them old Saudi Arabia stuff. I got dozens I can tell you. But let's get to let's go ahead and get to the payroll here. Floyd's list of impossibilities that my friend TC sponsors. Impossibility that anyone can be as incompetent, more corrupt, or idiotic than Joe Biden. It's impossible. You can't do it. You can't beat him. You can't beat him with incompetence. You can't beat him. He's the master. With corruption, you can't beat him. He's the master. And idiot, he is the king of the idiots. He won. I want y'all to think. I do these things. I want you to think about them for you to think about it. I'm gonna it's easy to you gently, if you will. For any rap star, let me repeat that. For any rap star to have any talent to do anything else. What can you do? Oh man, I can rap. Yeah, ooh, go get it, baby. Oh, you gonna rap? Where you going? What you? Oh, I rap. Oh, I rap. Oh, you want to hear something? Oh, no, thank you. It's an impossibility to see that you will see a rainbow flag in Gaza. We'll get to something. We'll get to a good one in a minute on them. Yeah, here one right here. This kind of goes right in with a rainbow flag deal in Gaza. Impossibility for any white liberal college student that is screaming in the streets, death to the Jews. Y'all follow me now? It's an impossibility now. You see him screaming in the street, death to the Jews. That is brave enough to try to pull Maxine Waters' wig off. Let's see how let's see how man you go deaf to the Jews. Yeah, go grab a hold of Maxine's wig and see how far you get. Try that on the side.
They better have a rabies shot.
Yeah, he won't be bad. Be bad. Go be bad with Maxine to start with. Okay. This is thought provoking. That Dr. Jill Biden is going to allow a worthless, crackhead loser. Let me repeat that. That Dr. Jill Biden. I hope some of y'all are tuned in at Martha's Vineyard and listening to this. impossibility that Dr. Jill Biden is going to allow, let me repeat myself, a worthless, crackhead loser like Hunter Biden to have access to the millions of dollars that Joe Biden has bribed from other countries. Dr. Jill is the key to the whole thing coming unwound. All they got to do is check her out. They ain't got it. They don't need to check her. Hunter don't know. Money is meaningless to Hunter. It don't mean nothing to Hunter. Money don't. Check Jill out. Jill knows where the money. She knows where the bodies are buried.
Ooh.
Mm. Impossibility. And I would be remiss if I didn't include him in this. That Secretary of Transportation. Hold on just a second.
Woo.
That Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, has ever been parking in an automobile and got the windows fogged up with a woman.
Oh.
Easy enough. Hold on. I got one more. Yeah. Impossibility that Hillary Clinton has ever been in a car parking and fogged up the car windows with a man unless he was drunk. It's an impossibility that Joe Biden can go 8 hours without having a bowel evacuation in his depends. That's it for Floyd for tonight. Hope y'all.
Yeah.
Mercy, mercy me.
Oh,
Oh, I tell you what, we do not have any good news on the weather anytime soon. We had frost over here. I know y'all did too, over in Southwest Georgia. Had some below freezing temperatures all throughout the region. They're gone. I mean, they're long gone, let's say. In the morning, you say 48 on this one. It's going to be probably around 39 over here in the Dothan area. And then we climb the ladder, temperature wise, all the way up to 84 by the time we get to about midweek next week. And the heat is on. A little bit of relief at night, but what you don't see is any decent chance of any precipitation. And as Floyd brought out a little bit earlier today, that we need to pray for rain, pray for these farmers who are going through some real gut wrenching, would you say, Floyd, times right now, not knowing what this crop is going to bring and how far that'll get them in paying out. Am I right on that?
That's right. It's down, man. Stuff's down. Corn down, cotton down.
It's not a good
Y'all get
looking
ready.
scenario.
Interest
So
rates up.
interest rates are up. Pray for our farmers. Pray for one another. Pray for this country. We got some crazy things happening over here, southeast Alabama. Most folks over this way have heard the story about the 19-year-old boy found in a freezer about 5 miles from where I'm sitting right now. His
oh,
parents knowing about it. Uh, just signs of that. Somebody asked me, what do you think's going on there? I say, Marvin, it's signs of the times.
yeah.
This is nothing really surprising if you'll read the book.
Men
Uh,
will become lovers of themselves.
and it's just, it's a sad situation. So uh, pray for all those involved in that. But thank y'all for watching. We appreciate it. Had a good time tonight. Had a couple of good laughs. We need to hear from the Reverend next week. If anybody can get up with him, I think he needs to have a little story to tell, maybe, Floyd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and him and Bookie both. I got to get up with Bookie and find out what's going on with him. So,
To you, my friend.
yes, sir. Always exercise your Second Amendment rights. Always exercise your Second Amendment right. Prepare. Stand your ground. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Be vigilant of your surroundings. And when you lay down, start to go to sleep at night, get your head on that pillow, on that good cool pillow, in this good comfortable house that you in, you start thanking God for what He's done for you today, and you'll go to sleep and you'll still be thanking Him. Darby.
Guys, we love y'all. We appreciate you inviting us into your home tonight. Hope you have a great evening. We want to give a big shout out to Moby Dick, Outlaws Busted Barbecue, Ziggy B's Seafood Market, KWG Plumbing, Phillips Auto Parts, The Holstered Nine, Southern Hissy Fits, and Berry Hill Auctioneers. They are the ones that help make it possible for us to bring you this show each and every week, and we appreciate it. If you stop into one of their places of business, tell them you heard about them on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports, and we appreciate them sponsoring Truth Television. You know what I'm going to tell you? Sunday's coming. It's time to go to church. Give the Lord his due. Our scripture this week comes from, well, I had it here. I don't know what I did with it. Here it is. Colossians 3:15, let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace, and be thankful. Man, we got so much to thank God for. I know the world looks like it's going to hell in a handbasket, but God's got all this figured out. I encourage you to look to Him for your answers daily in life. Turn your head up toward Him. Pray to Him. Spend time with Him. Do something good for somebody. Love somebody. And guys, we plan on being right back here, same place, same time next week for more Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But until we meet again, no matter what you do in life, always, always be
Be
particular.
particular.
Good night, guys.
Good night, y'all. Thank you.